Hello everyone. So in last class we learned the Blasius solution for flow over flat plate using similarity transformation. Today we will use another method to solve the flow over flat plate. This method is known as integral method or approximate method. Why it is approximate method? Because depending on the assumed velocity profile we will get the final solution. There are many situations where it is very difficult to obtain the exact solution. In that case we can use this integral method. So, why do we need to use this approximate solution? When exact solution is not available or cannot be easily obtained, when solutions are too complex, implicit or require numerical integration, and the advantages are the integral method is simple and it can deal with complicating factors. The integral method is used extensively in fluid flow, heat transfer and mass transfer. We will follow three procedures to use this integral method. First, we need to write down the governing equations, then you assume the velocity profile and express in terms of any unknown parameter. In this case, this unknown parameter is boundary layer thickness, and finally you find this unknown parameter invoking the boundary conditions, and you can write the velocity profile now using this known velocity boundary layer thickness. So, these are the three steps we will follow to use this integral method. The first step is the integral formulation of the principles of conservation of mass and momentum. Next step is to assume the velocity profile. Approximate velocity profile is assumed which satisfy known boundary conditions. Generally, a polynomial is used in Cartesian coordinate and an assumed profile is expressed in terms of single unknown parameter or variable which must be determined. Finally, we will determine the unknown parameter or variable. So, conservation of momentum gives the unknown variable in the assumed velocity. Since basic laws are satisfied in an average sense, integral solutions are inherently approximate. Accuracy depends on assumed profile which is not unique. The accuracy is not very sensitive to the form of an assumed profile, and there is no procedure available for identifying assumed profiles that will result in the most accurate solution. So, let us consider flow over a flat plate. So, this is the flat plate of length L, x is the axial direction, y is the normal direction, and this is the velocity profile u inside the boundary layer, and u infinity is the free stream velocity. So, we can write down these boundary layer equations. This is the continuity equation and this is the momentum equation where nu is the kinematic viscosity. So, we will use this equation first and we will integrate it between 0 and delta. So, delta is the boundary layer thickness and you know that this is function of x. So, we will write the terms as integral 0 to delta u del u by del x dy plus integral 0 to delta v del u by del y dy is equal to nu. Nu is constant, so we can take it outside the integral 0 to delta del 2 u by del y square dy. So, this is the first term, this is the second term in the left hand side and this is the third term. So, now we will evaluate this integral one by one. So, let us first consider the third term. So, you can see the third term is nu integral 0 to delta. So, this term we can write as del of del y del u by del y dy. Okay. So, this now we can write as nu. So, del u by del y and limits 0 to delta. So, now you can see that at y is equal to delta, that means at the edge of the boundary layer, obviously the velocity gradient is 0, right. So, we will get 0 at y is equal to delta and minus nu del u by del y at y is equal to 0. Okay. If we define the wall shear stress, tau w is equal to mu del u by del y at y is equal to 0, then you can see that this term del u by del y at y is equal to 0, you can write tau w by mu and here nu is mu by rho. So, finally, this third term we can write as minus tau w by rho. Okay. So, tau w is the wall shear stress. Now, let us consider the first term. We have integral 0 to delta u del u by del x dy. So, this we can write it as, so this u will take inside this derivative. Okay. So, we can write half 0 to delta del u square by del x dy. Now, let us consider the second term. So, second term, so we have integral 0 to delta v del u by del y dy. Okay. So, we can now use integration by parts. So, what we can write? We can write v u and limits 0 to delta minus integral 0 to delta del b by del y u dy. Okay. So, here you see b u limits 0 to delta. So, at y is equal to 0, obviously velocities are 0. So, this will become 0 and at y is equal to delta. So, we need to write, so at y is equal to delta you can see that we have free stream velocity u infinity, but v is unknown. So, we will write u infinity v infinity is to be determined minus, so you can see del b by del y. So, now let us consider the continuity equation. So, what is your continuity equation? Del u by del x plus del b by del y is equal to 0. So, we can write del b by del y is equal to minus del u by del x. So, this term del b by del y, now we will write minus del u by del x. So, this minus and here one minus is there. So, we will write plus integral 0 to delta u del u by del x dy. Okay. So, this we can write u infinity v infinity and this again we will write as half 0 to delta del. So, this u we are going to take inside this derivative. So, it will be u square del x dy. So, now let us simplify the left hand side. We have two terms, we have already written those two terms. So, left hand side we are going to get the first term we have written 0 to delta half del u square by del x dy and this is the term u infinity v infinity plus 0 to delta half del u square by del x dy. So, you can see this is half del u square by del x and this is also half del u square by del x. So, this together will get integral 0 to delta del u square by del x dy plus u infinity v infinity. So, now we need to find what is v infinity, that means b at y is equal to delta. So, for that, so to evaluate this v at y is equal to delta, again we will consider continuity equation. So, we have the continuity equation del u by del x plus del b by del y is equal to 0. So, we will integrate this equation between 0 and delta within the boundary layer. So, obviously, we can write 0 to delta del u by del x dy plus integral 0 to delta del b by del y dy is equal to 0. Okay. So, this we can write integral 0 to delta del u by del x dy, and this you can see we can write v from 0 to delta is equal to 0. So, now you can see we have first term as it is and this term you see at y is equal to 0. Okay. That means, on the flat plate v is equal to 0. Okay. So, we will get at y is equal to delta v delta, that means minus. So, at y is equal to 0 this will be 0. So, is equal to 0. So, v delta, that means at y tends to infinity. So, v infinity we can write as minus integral 0 to delta del u by del x dy. Okay. So, now you can see that this v delta, now we can substitute it here, where this is your, we have written v infinity which is your v delta. So, that means v infinity, that means at v is at y is equal to delta. So, this now we can substitute it, then we can write left hand side as integral 0 to delta del u square by del x dy plus, now we have v delta. So, v delta is having minus. So, we will write minus integral 0 to delta del u by del x dy. So, now you can see that we have this derivative inside the integral. So, to evaluate this integral we will use Leibniz rule of integration. So, you can see the Leibniz integral rules. The Leibniz integral rule gives a formula for differentiation of a definite integral whose limits are functions of the differential variable. So, you can see d of dx integral a to b. So, where a b are function of x. So, these are the limits function of x, and f x y dy is equal to integral x bx del f by del x dy plus f at the limits y is equal to b db by dx minus f x at y is equal to a da by dx. So, here for this particular problem we have a x equal to 0 because lower limit is equal to 0 and upper limit b x we have delta, okay, and delta is function of x. So, obviously, now if we choose the first function f x y is equal to u, then we can write from this Leibniz integral rule that d of dx integral 0 to delta u dy is equal to 0 to delta del u by del x dy. Now, u at y is equal to delta, that means at y is equal to delta we have u infinity. So, we can write plus u infinity, b is delta. So, d delta by dx, and obviously u at y is equal to 0, that means this is no slip condition. So, u is equal to 0. So, this will become 0 minus 0. Okay. So, we can write integral 0 to delta del u by del x dy is equal to d of dx integral 0 to delta u dy minus u infinity d delta by dx. So, next the function we will consider f x y is equal to u square, and we will use this Leibniz rule of integration. So, if f x y is equal to u square, similarly we can write d of dx integral 0 to delta u square dy is equal to integral 0 to delta del u square by del x dy. Now, here you can see that this is u square, but at y is equal to delta. So, it is u infinity. So, it will be plus u infinity square d delta by dx minus, obviously at y is equal to 0, velocity is 0. So, it will be minus 0. So, we can write now integral 0 to delta del u square by del x dy is equal to d of dx integral 0 to delta u square dy minus u infinity square d delta by dx. So, now let us simplify the left hand side and write the left hand side two terms as integral 0 to delta del u square by del x dy minus u infinity integral 0 to delta del u by del x dy. So, now these we have evaluated using the Leibniz rule. So, now let us put those values. So, d by dx 0 to delta u square dy minus u infinity square d delta by dx, and we have for this term minus u infinity d of dx integral 0 to delta u dy minus u infinity d delta by dx. Okay. So, now we can simplify it. You can see we can write d of dx integral 0 to delta u square dy minus u infinity square d delta by dx. Now, let us multiply this u infinity with these two terms. So, we will get minus u infinity d of dx integral 0 to delta u dy, and this will be plus u infinity square d delta by dx. Okay. So, you can see these term and this term will get cancelled. So, finally, we will get d of dx integral 0 to delta u square, and here u infinity is constant, right. So, we can take inside the integral. So, we can write minus u infinity dy. Okay. So, we can write minus d of dx. So, we have to write this term first. So, integral 0 to delta, we are taking u outside. So, it will be u infinity minus u dy. We have already evaluated the right hand side term, which is the third term in terms of the wall shear stress. So, finally, this integrated this momentum equation we can write as, so if we equate left hand side is equal to right hand side, that means right hand side we have this third term. So, we can write as minus d of dx integral 0 to delta u infinity minus u dy is equal to minus tau w by rho. Okay. So, we can write this equation and divide both side by u infinity square. Okay. And minus minus will get cancelled. So, we can write d of dx integral 0 to delta u by u infinity 1 minus u by u infinity dy is equal to tau w by rho infinity square. So, this equation is known as momentum integral equation. So, now we have written the integral form of the governing equation and we have derived the momentum integral equation. Next step is to assume the velocity profile. So, for laminar flow generally polynomial is used, and if we write the polynomial of nth order, then you can see assume. So, we can assume the velocity profile as u x y as summation of n is equal to 0 to n c n y n, where c n is the coefficient and it is function of x. So, if we use third degree polynomial, so for the velocity profile, then u x y you can write as c naught plus c 1 y plus c 2 y square plus c 3 y cube. Here we have 4 coefficients which are function of x and those are unknown. So, we need to find these unknowns and we need 4 boundary conditions, because we have 4 unknowns. So, we need 4 boundary conditions. 3 boundary conditions are easy to write, because you know that at y is equal to 0 we have no slip boundary condition. So, u is equal to 0, at y is equal to delta, that means at the edge of the boundary layer we have the velocity profile u is equal to infinity, and also the velocity gradient is 0, that means del u by del y at y is equal to delta is equal to 0. But another boundary condition we need, so that will derive the boundary condition from the governing equation, invoking that at y is equal to 0 velocity is 0. So, let us write first the boundary conditions. So, at y is equal to 0, u is equal to 0, at y is equal to delta, u is equal to u infinity, at y is equal to delta, del u by del y is equal to 0, velocity gradient is 0. Okay. Now, we need to write another boundary condition. So, for that we will use the governing equation u del u by del x plus v del u by del y is equal to nu del 2 u by del y square. So, this is derived boundary condition and we will put at y is equal to 0, obviously you can see that u is 0, at y is equal to 0 v is 0. So, from here you can see the boundary condition will become del 2 u by del y square is equal to 0. So, we have another boundary condition at y is equal to 0, del 2 u by del y square is equal to 0, and it is known as derived boundary condition. So, we have this polynomial. Now, you invoke these boundary conditions. So, we have u is equal to c naught plus c 1 y plus c 2 y square plus c 3 y cube. Okay. So, we can write del u by del y is equal to c 1 plus twice c 2 y plus 3 c 3 y square, and del 2 u by del y square we can write as twice c 2 plus 6 c 3 y. So, boundary conditions at y is equal to 0, u is equal to 0. Okay. So, if you put at y is equal to 0, u is equal to 0, that will give c 0 as 0. At y is equal to 0, we have del 2 u by del y square is equal to 0. Okay. So, if you put here, you will get c 2 is equal to 0. So, these two coefficients are 0. So, we can write now u is equal to c 1 y plus c 3 y cube. So, now let us apply the next boundary condition at y is equal to delta, u is equal to u infinity. So, from here you can see that it will be u infinity is equal to c 1 delta plus c 3 delta cube, and we have at y is equal to delta del u by del y is equal to 0. Okay. So, from here you can see that c 2 is 0. So, you will get left hand side del u by del y is equal to 0, in right hand side c 1, c 2 is 0. So, 3 c 3 delta square. So, now you solve these two equations and find c 1 and c 3. So, from here you can see that c 1 we can write as minus 3 c 3 delta square, and from here you can see we have u infinity, C1 is minus 3 C3 delta square and delta. So, it will be delta cube plus C3 delta cube. So, from here you can see C3 will be minus half u infinity by delta cube. So, we will get C1 as minus 3 C3 delta square, and this is minus C3. So, it will be 3 by 2 u infinity by delta. So, we have found these 4 coefficients C0 and C2 are 0, and we have non-zero values for C1 and C3. So, if you put these coefficients in terms of delta, then we will get the velocity profile in terms of one unknown variable, that is delta, boundary layer thickness. So, you can see we have u is equal to 3 by 2 u infinity by delta y minus half u infinity by delta cube y cube. So, we can write u by u infinity as 3 by 2 y by delta minus half y by delta cube, where delta is function of x. Okay. So, you can see that the velocity profile now we have expressed in terms of one unknown parameter, that is delta. Now, we need to find the value of delta. So, next we will put this assumed velocity profile, which we have expressed in terms of one unknown parameters, in the momentum integral equation, okay, and then we will find this unknown parameter delta. So, we have the momentum integral equation we have already derived. D of dx integral 0 to delta u by u infinity 1 minus u by u infinity dy is equal to tau w by rho infinity square, and we have this velocity profile, okay, and we can write this velocity profile u by u infinity in terms of eta, where we will define eta as y by delta. Okay. So, if you put eta is equal to y by delta, so you can write 3 by 2 eta minus half eta cube. Okay. So, eta is equal to y by delta, that means the limits now in terms of eta you can see that at y is equal to 0, obviously eta is equal to 0, and at y is equal to delta eta is equal to 1. Okay. And we have written y is equal to delta eta. So, we can write dy is equal to delta d eta. Okay. So, now all these you put in this expression. So, we will get this momentum integral equation. You can see d of dx integral 0 to delta. So, this term will be there 3 by 2 eta minus half eta cube, and this will be 1 minus u by infinity. So, it will be 1 minus 3 by 2 eta plus half eta cube, okay, and dy is equal to delta d eta. So, it will be delta d eta, and this limit will be eta is equal to 0 to 1, okay, and right hand side we have tau w by rho u infinity square. Now, let us find this integral and find the value of delta. So, you can see that if you multiply this, then you will get d of dx delta. You can see that you can take it outside, right, outside this integral, because delta is function of x, right, delta is function of x. So, obviously, as you are integrating over this d eta, so you can take outside this integral this delta. So, you can write delta integral 0 to 1 now you multiply this. Okay. So, if you multiply this, you will get 3 by 2 eta minus half eta cube. This if you use, so it will be minus 9 by 4 eta square, and this will be plus 3 by 4 eta to the power 4, and with this if you multiply, it will be plus 3 by 4 eta to the power 4, and this will be minus 1 by 4 eta to the power 6. Okay. So, it will be d eta is equal to tau w by rho u infinity square. So, we can write d of dx delta integral 0 to 1. So, this term is 3 by 2 eta, we have eta square minus 9 by 4 eta square, then eta cube only we have minus half eta cube, eta to the power 4. So, these two terms together we can write 3 by 2 eta to the power 4, and we have minus 1 by 4 eta to the power 6 d eta is equal to tau w by rho u infinity square. So, now you can integrate this. Okay. So, after integrating we can write d of dx delta. So, after integration, first term will be 3 by 2 eta square by 2 minus 9 by 4 eta cube by 3 minus half eta to the power 4 by 4 plus 3 by 2 eta to the power 5 by 5 minus 1 by 4 eta to the power 7 by 7, and limits 0 to 1 is equal to tau w by rho u infinity square. So, obviously at eta is equal to 0 if you put, it will become 0. So, eta is equal to 1 if you put, then you will get d of dx delta. So, it will be 3 by 4. So, it will be minus 9 by 4 and divided by 3. So, it will be minus 3 by 4, it will be minus 1 by 8, this will be plus 3 by 10, and this will be minus 1 by 28 is equal to tau w by rho u infinity square. So, now if you see it, you will get this will be 39 by 280. So, 39 by 280, and it will be d delta by dx is equal to tau w by rho u infinity square. So, we have already expressed the velocity profile in terms of the boundary layer thickness delta. So, from there we can find the tau w in terms of delta. So, tau w is the wall shear stress. So, we have the velocity profile right as u by u infinity is equal to 3 by 2 eta minus half eta cube, right. So, wall shear stress tau w, now we can write mu del u by del y at y is equal to 0. So, in terms of eta if you write, so mu 1 by delta del u by del eta at eta is equal to 0. So, now you can see if you put it del u by del eta, so what you will get del u by del eta, from here you can see it will be u infinity 3 by 2 minus 3 by 2 eta square. Okay. So, this we can write now mu by delta. So, it will become at eta is equal to 0, right. So, 3 by 2 1 minus eta square at eta is equal to 0. So, and 1 u infinity will be there. So, from here you can see it will be 3 by 2 mu u infinity by delta. Okay. So, this you put it in this expression. Okay. So, we will get 39 by 280 d delta by dx is equal to tau w by rho infinity square. So, tau w is 3 by 2 mu u infinity by delta. Okay. So, now if you rearrange it, so you will get delta you take in the left hand side. So, delta d delta, okay, and right hand side you take all other terms. So, it will be 280 by 39 into 3 by 2, and we have, so mu by rho, that we can write as nu, and this u infinity, this is u infinity squared. So, we will get nu by u infinity dx. Okay. So, 313 to 140. So, we can write as delta d delta is equal to 140 by 13 nu by u infinity dx. Now, if you integrate it, we can write delta square by 2 is equal to 140 by 13, and nu and u infinity are constant, right. So, nu by infinity x plus constant c, integration constant. Now, we can find this integration constant by invoking that at the wall, that means y is equal to 0. This integration constant c, now we can find from at the leading edge at x equal to 0, what is the boundary layer thickness. So, at x equal to 0, boundary layer thickness is 0, right. So, from there we can find the value of integration constant. So, at x equal to 0 or x tends to 0, we have delta tends to 0, right. So, that means if you put it here, so that will give c is equal to 0. So, from here you can see, you can write delta square is equal to 280 by 13 nu by u infinity x. So, from here you can see, you can write as delta square by x square is equal to 280 by 13 nu. So, x square we have divided, so it will be u infinity x. Now, if you define the Reynolds number based on x, okay, so R E x as u infinity x by nu, then we can write delta by x as root 280 by 13 root, so u infinity x by nu, that means 1 by R E x. Okay. So, if you evaluate it, you will get around delta by x is equal to 4.64 root R E x. So, you can see that we have already know the delta by x from the exact solution. In last class we have derived. So, delta by x we have written is equal to 5 by root R E x, but when we assumed third degree polynomial of this velocity profile, then this is one approximate solution, because we assumed the velocity profile and we are getting close to this 5, right, 4.64, and we have 5 in the numerator when we write delta by x. So, it is very close. Now, let us find the other parameters like shear stress and skin friction coefficient. So, if we know tau w, already we have written 3 by 2 mu u infinity by delta. Okay. So, if you put the delta value here, so you will get 3 by 2 mu u infinity, and delta is 4.64 by root R E x, right, into x. So, now let us write the skin friction coefficient, which is non-dimensional representation of the shear stress. So, we can write friction coefficient Cf is equal to tau w by half rho u infinity square. So, this if we put it here, so we will get 3 by 2 mu u infinity by 4.64 x root R E x, and we have 1 by half rho u infinity square. Okay, so, these 2 will get cancelled. So, we will get Cf is equal to 3 by 4.64, and this rho and mu, it will be nu, and u infinity square, 1 u infinity in the numerator. So, you will get divided by u infinity x root r e x, and nu by infinity x is equal to r e x, right. So, it will be 1 by r e x, and this is root r e x. So, now you can write C f is equal to 0.646 divided by root r e x. Okay. So, if you remember from the exact solution, we found the skin friction coefficient as 0.664, right, divided by root r e x. So, you can see that from integral solution delta by x we found 4.64 by root r e x, whereas from the exact solution Blasius solution we got delta by x as 5 by root r e x, and C f we found today from the integral solution as 0.646 divided by root r e x, and in last class we found from the Blasius solution C f as 0.664 by root r e x. So, you can see that both solutions are having the same form, right. It varies as 1 by root r e x, and error in delta, if you see that here you are getting 5 and here you are getting 4.64. So, error in delta if you find, then it will be 7.2% only, and error in CF you can see that it is very less compared to the boundary layer thickness. So, it is 2.7%. So, obviously in design point of view CF is more important than delta, and from here obviously you can also calculate the average friction coefficient CL. So, in today's class we used integral method to solve the flow over flat plate. So, there are 3 steps. First step is to write the integral form of the governing equation. Next step is to assume the velocity profile and express in terms of one unknown parameter boundary layer thickness delta, and then find the delta, and from delta you can get the velocity profile, and hence you can find the boundary layer thickness and the skin friction coefficient. So, first after integrating the governing equation we wrote the momentum integral equation, and we used third degree polynomial of the velocity profile, and from there we found the 4 coefficients, and then we expressed this velocity profile in terms of delta, and invoking this velocity profile in the momentum integral equation we have found the unknown parameter delta, and from there we have found the skin friction coefficient, and later we have found that based on what polynomial you are using you will get different solution in the boundary layer thickness delta by x, and hence you will get different value of skin friction coefficient both average and local. Thank you.